You're watching NBC for New York.
A unique way to show kids the story of Hanukkah. We're right back after this.
This is News Channel 4.
Welcome back. One local museum is taking a unique approach to making history come alive.
We are going back in the past over 3,500 years. All the way to Egypt.
Here in Egypt, back in the Hebrew calendar year of 2368, the kids relive the biblical story of the Jews who slaved under Pharaoh.
No, I will not let them go!
Students then meet Moses, who brings on 10 plagues to scare Pharaoh into freeing the slaves. These include turning water into blood, frogs falling from the sky, and this giant fuzzy chicken. In all, these 10 interactive plagues add up to some serious learning. Perhaps the most fun is the parting of the Red Sea and the grand finale when the kids get to make their own matzah bread.
So many of us go through these things every year and don't really know what the story was.
Yeah, and now you can.
It looks like they're having a lot of fun.
This is News 12 Brooklyn, as local news gets.
One museum is bringing the Jewish holiday of Hanukkah to life this season. Brooklyn's own Jewish Children's Museum on Eastern Parkway in Crown Heights has several events going on to help do just that.
With the first night of Hanukkah tonight, the story of the annual Festival of Lights is being told in a unique way at the Jewish Children's Museum in Brooklyn.
This is News Channel 4.
Outside the Brooklyn Jewish Children's Museum, it's 2006. But inside, it's the Hebrew calendar year
3594.
To explain the story of Hanukkah, the interactive exhibit called Maccabees starts with a trip back in a time machine. 4, 3, 2, 1. At the Jewish Children's Museum in Crown Heights, the story of Hanukkah is told in a new interactive musical show. The Maccabee show tells the story of Judah Maccabee and the small Jewish army that defeated the mighty Syrian Greek forces 2,000 years ago in a fight for religious freedom. The show is interactive, so the kids feel like they're part of the story. Kids make their way through the ancient tale of this man.
My name is Super Jew, Judah the Maccabee.
The story goes that Judah Maccabee fought and defeated the oppressive Greek king Antiochus. So Judah, can I call you Judah?
You may, ma'am.
What, ma'am? What's the message of Hanukkah?
The message of Hanukkah is that light always prevails over darkness.
Nissen Brennanson, Director of Education for the museum, says the experience is for all kids of any faith.
The more children understand, especially when it's not your own culture, the more they can really relate to it and find parallels in their own experience, their own life, and that brings people together.
After the Hanukkah show, kids can decorate donuts. Fried foods are traditional on Hanukkah because of the oil. And why do people eat latkes on Hanukkah?
Because they're fried in oil and they taste good.
I want to show you what it looks like when it is all done. Okay, beautiful potato latkes.
This is Fox 5 News, the most powerful name in local news.
And our troops overseas are getting a special holiday delivery.
It's all in a New York Minute.
And now, here's a look at what's happening in your neighborhood.
It appears this morning the New York One's Roger Clark is leaving the television business and opening a bakery. Look at this.
Yeah, this is, we're at the Jewish Children's Museum, and they have an interactive matzah bakery here, which you can come to on Sundays and actually learn how to make matzah. And, you know, I've eaten a lot of matzah in my life, but I never knew this is how you make it, and now I'm finding out, and it is a lot of fun.
These kids are rolling in dough. It's all part of the process of creating matzah, the unleavened bread traditionally eaten by Jews during the Passover holiday. It's a remembrance of the Exodus from Egypt, when the Jews didn't have time to let their bread rise, so they wound up with the cracker-like matzah.
I like rolling it really thin. That's like my favorite part, just to roll the matzah dough.
The Jewish Children's Museum offers kids a chance to learn how to make matzah from scratch. From harvesting the wheat, pumping water from a well, mixing the water and flour into dough, and then rolling it and baking. School children were also writing what you might call matzahgrams, notes of encouragement and support for men and women serving in the military overseas. They'll be sent to troops along with actual matzah, part of what has been dubbed Operation I-Matzah.
Operation Matzah was in high gear at the Jewish Children's Museum in Brooklyn. Kids were cooking up matzahs to ship to our troops overseas for Passover. They'll also be getting personal notes from the kids.
I think it's really nice. The soldiers are far away fighting, and when they get a sweet little note from back here, I think it's really sweet.
You think it'll make their day?
Yeah.
Sergeant Scott Humphrey of the U.S. Army agrees. He's been deployed overseas 4 times.
Gestures like this make the time go by a lot faster because what we have makeshift wall lockers, we have our own little personal areas, so for people who have the Jewish belief, this is something that can help them get by.
And whether the soldiers eat the matzah or just read one of the notes, they'll know these kids in Brooklyn are thinking about them. In Crown Heights, Roger Clark, New York 1.